Yes, people, hope everyone is good. I am not. I've just recorded this video for 30 minutes and there was no sound in the editing process. I'm doing it again. But anyway, hey, hope you're all good. This screenshot shows what we're going to talk about in this video. And it's that man in the middle of it, in the middle of that red circle. Wilfried Gnonto. Now, in my opinion, even though he's maybe not as high level as maybe some fans make out to be, probably me included in that, I do think he's a very good player and still one of the best attackers in the league. And he's been criticised a bit recently, and I think some of it is fair. But I also think you have to look at the other players around. If you have a player like this, who every time he gets the ball in static situations, has 4 guys pressing him, focused on only him and closing him down, that's where everyone on the team has to realise that and help him. I don't think we've been doing that good enough. I think there's situations where Gnonto needs to do better, but there's also situations where the team around him need to do better to help him out. Because this, what you see, this picture right here, is a constant theme throughout this game. I'm sure if you go to other games, it's exactly the same. How do we beat this? How do we be better? How do we be more effective with Gnonto and the team working around him? And it's about momentum. It's about learning and understanding the opposition around you, using the right option and understanding who's who, who's good at what, where the space will be, where we can create that space on and off the ball. So let's get into it. First situation is very basic, very simple. So what Gnonto's done here, he's not in a static position. He's off the ball, he's running forward, he's running into space. He's not received it with his back to goal in a static situation. And this is where he's good. This is where he's key. For me, if he's in this area and he's attracting 4 players, for me, you either need a quick option for him to give it out and beat the press, and play into these spaces. I don't have the answers for that. That's on the coaches. I'm analysing the situation. Or use him as a dummy. If he's attracting this many people, use him as a dummy. Play it right through. Have someone in the space behind him. Go boom, straight through, into here. Someone can be narrower. Don't know, Aronson maybe. Does he need to be there? Get him in here. These are the situations, and this is what we're going to talk about. Now, this situation, Gnonto is driving into this wide area. Key part of this whole video. When he's in these wide areas, this is about the relationship between him and Bogle. One which I like a lot, which is growing, and Bogle, to be fair, is just a bigger part of this video as Gnonto is. Because he can be a key part in the attack with Gnonto on his side. Same for Aronson. What Aronson does well here, he stays central, which he needs to do because he's much better there. And that's where the space is. Because when Gnonto comes out wide, there's less people tracking him than when he's in the middle, for obvious reasons. People are not just going to follow him all out the way out wide, are they? If that's the case, that means Aronson's got more space. So here's the basic premise, really quick. Saeto, key part of this video. Great player going forward, by the way. But not a defensive player. You'll see why. Here's the situation. Gnonto goes out wide. Field follows him. That's what we did very well. Makes the run. Bogle makes the pass into Aronson. Now you're in a position where you're literally running at the back. Easy, simple move. One little run. Gnonto goes out. What you've learned straight away is Field is going to trap Gnonto in wide positions. You've learned that straight away. There is going to be a gap. And you need to find these spaces. And that's why Aronson needs to stay centrally. So there you go. He's not used the ball. But he's made a dummy run and it's helped the team. Also, if he does make that run a little earlier, it's a 1v1. Against Field out wide. I know I'm backing. And if he is a 1v1 and he's wide, then you can have Bogle running in. Saeto ain't tracking him. And that's something we'll learn. The point being, get Gnonto in a position where he's dangerous, even off the ball. Drag him out wide. Field's going to track him. We've noticed that. Right, that's in the brain. Aronson's in these spaces. You're in. You're on their back line. Very good. Very straightforward. The problem was Aronson didn't get his body in the way of the ball and the man, which is very easy. And again, this is not about strength, people. I keep saying this. He's behind you. Get your body in the way of him. I can do that. I have less muscle than Aronson. I did it a lot. It's very easy. Once you understand, just get your body in the way of it. Get your body between man and ball. You'll either win a foul or you've beaten him. Didn't do that and we lost it. But great movement, great position, great awareness, great communication. Another situation here. Gnonto's, again, really wide and high. And just as I mentioned in the previous clip on the tactical board, Field has tracked him again. That's 2 times now. This time we've learned, which is brilliant. Bogle's made the inverted run centrally. Remember what I told you about Sieto? Great going forward. No matter what position he's playing in, people, he's not a defensive player. I watched him in the Eredivisie last season. Good player going forward. I think he was in some of my scout reports. Not a defensive player. So what we've done, Gnonto's dropped wide. This time we've used him. And it's that one in there. Into the space, vacated by Field, who's tracked Gnonto. And keep that in mind. These players are obsessed with Gnonto. We saw that earlier on, and you'll keep seeing it more and more. Sieto and this guy, Anderson, I believe, nowhere near Bogle. The problem again is that final decision. The execution of the pass was too hard. That's 2 times now, early on, where we've had situations where we've done really well. Just the final ball, that final decision. Now, deeper, more static Gnonto. I'll move my head for this one. There he is. He gets the ball in this position here. And again, if you're giving in this ball in this position, there needs to be an outlet. Because of how deep they are, they can press. Obviously, they're not going to press him when he's this wide, high up, obviously, for obvious reasons. But when you're that deep, you can press. And they're going to because they're obsessed with him. Half second later, he's in trouble, no option. The option here was an early one down the line, bypassing Aronson. Whether that was on or not, you can't see Mateo Joseph in the picture, so I don't know. So that's either on Gnonto making that quick decision to go line early and long, or he wasn't making the run. It's one or 2 things. But I think earlier as well, Aronson has to go in this position. You see him here, he kind of comes here. He has to go in this area, because that takes his marker, Field, out of the equation and gives Joseph a 1v1 out wide, and then you can run in behind. Like I said here. Field's tracking him. Go in there. Go in there early. And then there's a ball down the line then for Joseph 1v1. Decision making again. But again, this isn't on Gnonto for me. Maybe contextually a little bit might be. I don't think his teammates have done enough in these situations, knowing how aggressive they're going to be on in Varane and Anderson again. Second he gets that ball in a static position, centrally or deep, they're on him. We know this now. Help him out. Create an angle, Tanaka. Bogle, be a bit more, want the ball, scream for it. Maybe you can release it earlier, maybe. But is there an option there? So now here's a situation where I think Gnonto can do a little better. Do what he did earlier. Remember what I said? Drive out wide quickly. Field will track you. He's doing that all game. Keep doing it. In this situation here, I don't think his run was decisive enough. In other words, it didn't drag Field out. So as you can see here, Bogle, again, similar position, running with the ball, is looking for that option. Gnonto's kind of, and if you watch him, he's kind of looking around to see if anyone's around him, see where he can make the run. He's the point of the run for me. If he makes a run, they have to react to him. It's not the other way around. Is Mateo behind me? Not your worry. Your role, make the space for Mateo, and if he's not in there, that's on him. So there, as you can see, he's not really drove into this area. So there's not really a big gap here. It may look like it, but there isn't. Because at this point, it's already too late. Bogle stopped. He's going back. He's going back into midfield. This is where he's got to go. Right, boom. Like he did earlier, just drive into this space off screen. Drive into it. And that'll create all this space because this guy is touch tight. And that's going to create all this space for Mateo Joseph. And then you can press the back line. Just like Aronson did earlier, but it's with the striker. And not only that, if you've got Gnonto out wide, you've got Aronson driving off Varane, who's not watching him. You've got Aronson running off, Joseph with the ball, Gnonto running off, Solomon on that side running off. You're on the back line and it's 4v3. That's what I mean, these quick, decisive decisions consistently in the game, we're not there yet. But when we do it, we look really good and it's really quick and it's really kind of obvious. But you just didn't make this decisive run out there to give Matteo space that was vacated. And this was the situation. So he went out wide. Eventually it came out. And as you can see, now it's a bit static. We're a bit deeper. There's not really a shape. There's not really spaces. Different part of the game. How Gnonto can be used again off the ball. We played the ball on the left this side. And the reason I'm using Gnonto and not the left, because I don't think anyone on the left is, he's in the system as much as Gnonto is. He's been played almost every game, so there's more that consistent partnership with him and Bogle. Do you know what I mean? Whereas on there we had Byram, Solomon, it's been Ramazani, Firpo, it's been Gnonto at times and Firpo. Whereas on that right side, apart from when he was unavailable, it's Bogle, Gnonto. So that's the key partnership. Different situation. Just notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of their players compact. That's because we played it on the left. We came out here to Tanaka. And notice what we're doing. Gnonto, very narrow. Rodon, very narrow. Rothwell, very narrow. Everyone, very narrow. Aronson, very narrow. What that does, and this is where we exploited their weakness, we should have done it more. One quick ball out. Now you've got Bogle, 1v1 with Sieto, who we know already from the game is weak defensively in 1v1 situations or tracking because he's a winger. Doesn't matter if he's playing wing back, full back, that doesn't matter. He's still the same player. And he's not great defensively. And it's good play from Leeds. It's smart. Good decision making. He says, I'm going to go narrow. Makes their entire midfield narrow because they're following him. And just gives Bogle a 1v1 situation here with all this space to attack. And what does he do? He beats him with ease. He beats the next guy with ease. And it's unlucky. I've got one minor criticism. Maybe Gnonto doesn't need to be here. Maybe he should stick to the box and trust 1v1 that he's going to beat him. Because that was probably the point of this move. Maybe he's looking at maybe a 2v1, 1-2 into this space, potentially. It's not criticism. Well, it's not criticism. It's just an observation. Just stay in the box. Because if anything, Bogle's going to whip one in, right? And there's an extra man in the box. He's not really in a position to do much here. He's dragged this guy over. You know what I mean? So that would be my suggestion there. Because he's here now. And he could have been in here. That's the only little thing. Now this bit is so, so key. This is probably the most... Right, watch this bit. Right? I don't know how to explain that. My words don't work. Rothwell gets the ball deep. Gnonto has gone centrally this time. Watch how many players attracted to Gnonto. You look at that position, you're thinking, right, brilliant, excellent. Watch this. As soon as he gets that ball, 1, 2, 3. However, he's watching Gnonto. He's watching Gnonto. He's watching Gnonto. Fullback is watching Gnonto. Field, watching Gnonto. He's gone centrally, and they're all watching him. Nobody's watching Jayden Bogle. This position. And watch the clip back. I know it's a screenshot. He keeps looking over, but he's never really bothered. He's bothered about stopping him. This is something that is about learning and understanding, right? Second Rothwell gives that ball in there. This is where the key role for Gnonto is. We have to recognise that they're going to track into him. And if that's the case, there has to be an option to help him. Now, what I will say, the path from Rothwell is a bit soft. If the pass is firm into Gnonto, his first touch can be out to Bogle. His first touch, second touch, out to Bogle. Recognising again that there's going to be 3 players attracted to him. You know, in this situation here, if he doesn't turn, if he just touches it out wide and goes to Bogle, you're in a 1v1 situation out wide with this guy who's not interested in defending Bogle. With this guy who's not interested in defending Bogle. So attracted to him. And we played too much into this, and we tried to play it through here. And the real advantage in this game was Jayden Bogle in space every single time. None of them are bothered, look. We saw this right at the start. And this is where we've got to help him out. There's no clear option. I think Gnonto his first touch should be out wide and then to Bogle. We're trying to play it into a little compact area. Again, we work it to this. He has a shot. It gets blocked by one of the 3 defenders in front of him. No one's bothered about Bogle, people. They don't care. I was hoping that maybe we'd learn from this more. Recognise that. Players on the pitch, look, no one cares about me. Bogle's got to tell them, look, guys, they're watching you. They're not bothered about me. I'm there all the time. Like we did earlier with the switch 1v1. Counter-attacking situation. I watch Bogle here. Watch how deep he is. Watch how quick he gets up. Joseph drives. Now this is where it comes down to decision-making as a winger. What have you learned from the game already as a winger in this situation here? Again, as I said before, I absolutely love working with wingers. It's what I've done for years and I love it. My favourite part of football. I was one for a long time. It's a complex role, but that can be made quite simple if you understand the basics of it, which obviously the professional footballers do. But at times, you lose it in games. That's normal. It's about being consistent, making the right decision consistently. What are your strengths? Now, Tieto is here. He's absolutely bulldozing into Gnonto. He's not stopping. You can tell that. So what he's doing is completely forgetting this space. Because he's just going straight for that ball. And you'll see when Gnonto does him in a minute, he's done. And what has to happen here, and this is why it's a screenshot, and this is why I need to apply context. Bogle looks like he's really far back. He isn't. He's in full tilt. And what happens, he has to really commit. Because if Gnonto wants to, he could just tap a ball out here. If I have one criticism of Bogle's run, I think he should be slightly wider. If you're slightly wider here, that takes him out of the game because he's just driving to Gnonto. And all you need is literally one touch into this space. If you're slightly wider, you're on it before Field. If you're centrally, there's an argument Field gets there first. If you're a little wider, Field ain't getting there first because he's in full tilt. So I think Bogle needs to be a little wider here and play the overlap outside, not underlap. But what happens? We don't use the pass. Gnonto decides to cut inside. Now that's fine. Boom. Kato's just, he wants that ball. He didn't get it. He was not bothered about Bogle. What that does on the outside now, as you can see here, look, it's if Gnonto did pass, you can clearly tell Bogle's getting in this area before Field. Easily. He's in full tilt. Cuts inside. Not a wrong decision, by the way. Let me clarify. It's the next move. So what you need to appreciate, when you've cut inside of him, Bogle's run is basically void. Right? His momentum's gone. He's stopped. He's now static. As you can see. So if you're going inside here, you have to have a clear idea of what you want. And what Gnonto does, he tries to pass it through to Bogle, but Bogle's run's just stopped. He's static now. QPR have got back in position. They've recovered. The pass isn't on. And this is the indecisive decision-making that we need to be more consistent with in the final third. For me, the second Gnonto cuts inside of his man, he's got to just get a shot off. I've seen him hit him with his left. Just kill one. Anywhere around here. I don't criticise players shooting. If you're straight at the goalkeeper, it's annoying. But there's got to be situations in games where we don't try and walk it in and you just shoot. You've got the space. I know it's on his weak foot. But again, I've seen him do it. All he needs to do is position one just around here. Take one more touch inside. Just hit it. If you're cutting in from this position, there's no pass on. There isn't. He thinks Bogle is, but Bogle's stopping now. Bogle's stopping, and they're in position. So it's not going to work. Just hit one. Be confident. You're really good. Take a shot. Be calm. Be confident. Take a shot. Fill one in. Get it on target. Not too close to the goalkeeper. Make him do something. There might be a second ball where you've got Joseph and Aronson and Solomon running in there. Look, as you can see, if he parries it into this area, you've got them running in. And these are little things. If he wasn't going to pass it to Bogle, that's absolutely fine. When you cut in, then you have to understand straight away what you want to do. He wanted to pass it. Bogle wasn't an option. You cut in. You're cutting in to shoot. You have to go out wide and pass it, or you cut in to shoot. For me, unless there's a very clear option. Like, this is just so tight. Do you know what I mean? There's such a tight little picture here. So yeah, just a little nuance in decision making, but it's fine. Bogle's making the runs. Gnonto's doing the right decision. Just the end product. And this is a Gnonto video, but it's not. It's not criticising Gnonto. This is analysis, right? This is the important part. When I do these videos, I'm not criticising a player. I'm just watching the game. He did so many good things in the game. But what's the point of me showing that? You know that. It's about watching the game back and understanding how we can get them good things more often and more consistently. That's all it is. Because I think he's a player that's fully capable of doing it more. And this is the point of analysis. This is the point of it. Analysis isn't there to criticise players. Well, in some situations it is. But not in these situations. If you've been battered and no one's doing the jobs, just show them what they're doing wrong. This is saying how we can be more consistent. And this is the final one, and I absolutely love this. Well, I love the idea of what it could have been. I think you can see the picture. So from everything you've learned, watch these three. And watch how obsessed they are with Gnonto. So again, Gnonto's wide, good. That stretches these three out. Good. But when Gnonto's wide, Bogle recognises the space behind Sieto, who's attracted to Gnonto, and he doesn't get tracked. Look, we saw it earlier. 1, 2, 3. All obsessed with Gnonto. All obsessed. No one cares that he's done this. If you can give him that ball, you're in on goal. You're definitely in the box in an attacking situation. What we did was a little hesitant again. So this is the scenario at the start. Gnonto has the ball wide. Sieto is there. Where's the space? Same as before. This time, Sam Field is on Matteo Josie. Would he track him? Maybe. But if he does track him, there's not really space in here. There's not really an option. So this time, Bogle drives. Anderson, Varane do this. Gnonto tucks in, obviously, with the ball. Bogle goes on the outside. They do this. There's a clear angle for 1 or 2 seconds. The 1, 2, you're in. It's a clear angle. And this is, it's so simple. I know it looks so simple, and it is. Certain situations, because we're quick and we're powerful and we move decisively at times, the end product needs to be there because we're doing the right things. We just need to be confident in that pass. Honestly, football can be such a simple game in certain situations. Here right now, look, they don't care about Bogle. I can't stress it enough. They don't care. Gnonto drives inside. Good. That attracts Sieto, Anderson and Varane to him, which leaves Bogle with all this space. Here we go. This is the pass. There's 2 or 3 seconds, like I said, where there is an option here. Matteo, but whether he's screaming for it, asking, I don't know. If he isn't, he should be. So I'm not blaming Gnonto. I don't know. I'm not there. I couldn't hear. But he should be going, yep, go on, do it. Boom. Pass into Joseph's feet. Good movement by Matteo Joseph, by the way. Just a little one round here for Bogle. 1, 2. And you're in because 1, 2, 3 do not care. They want Gnonto. We go back. That's basically gone. from such a promising position where you're in. 2 passes, 2 quick passes, you're in. Yeah, people, that's it. That's the video. Like I said, this is analysis. This is not criticizing an individual. This is trying to find out how we can be more consistent and, you know, just want the players to make these decisions on the pitch. Mateo's made the run in this situation. Give it him. Give it Bogle, who's also made the run. Be brave. Be confident. The pass is there. It is on. You know, so yeah, I just want to make this video. I appreciate it's long. Not everyone's interested in these, but I know people are. I like to make things for different people, and I don't usually ask. You guys know this. I already recorded this video. This is the second time, and it took about 4 hours to do and research and clip together, find the right scenarios in the game. So if anyone can please hit a thumbs up, I'll be massively appreciated, especially international break. It's so tough. So if anyone can, for these long videos that take a long time, especially when the sound doesn't work for the first time, I'd massively appreciate it. Any comments as well? I will be reading the last video's comments as I upload this, as you're watching this. So yeah, keep them coming. I appreciate everyone's support. This is my point, people. We're not far off. It's just the consistency. That is the key part. It's just the consistency. Sometimes we don't make the runs. Sometimes we don't get the execution right. When they click by 10 or 15 more %, we're much, much more effective. It's just about making those right decisions and understanding and learning throughout the game. But yeah, see you guys in a bit. Thank you for support.